I wrote a poem about the one time I met her. It's called I Remember Lover Back Home.
Okay, let's sing it.
I remember everything about her. I remember that evening in the landing room with the carpet so thick to send reflexology pulses in my feet. I remember the red, white and black curtains with tiger that has his mouth open on them. The cut on her index finger, the right one. And I remember her eyes like an ocean. I sail them and get lost. I remember her high heels dancing and digging my back endlessly. And that small alley between her eyes where I am missing eternity. I remember and remember and remember that I could see her from an eye of a needle from miles away. I remember everything and sometimes nothing. I remember that night my feet were so swollen to the point I forced them into my boots after laying in bed with her for a century. That her hair was a river, an endless one, with roses swimming in it. That my body was the lost continent of the world, and she exploded. I remember her first touch to my chest, where my heart became a Middle Eastern drum, then heard from 1,000 miles away. I remember her lips to look like two hills in Beirut, famous for suicide spot, and I wish to die in them. I remember her gestures, her small, small talks, her ears like the gates of Aleppo's Medina, was going to them like thousands of people going to their business. I remember the lines in her hands, like a maze where the soothsayer once told her, there's a man who will be lost in them forever, and that's me. I remember her done to perfection makeup, not too much, not too little, just enough to kill me on the spot. I remember a lover back home. And my second and last poem, after spending a long time in Britain, I became British citizen. But once a man asked me, where are you from? I said, I'm British. And he replied to me, he said, you are not British. So I decided to write a poem called, If You Are British, I Am British Too.
Ну, кто?
Если ты...
Кто переводит? Давайте, кто
Если
пойдет.
ты британец, то я британец тоже.
Нет, ну всю фразу, переведите всю фразу, я понял, я принял сначала до конца.
Я вспомнил, я встретила одного человека, который меня спросил, из какой ты, откуда ты? Он сказал, я британец. Тот ему ответил, нет, ты не британец. И поэтому это явилось триггером для написания вот этих стихов, которые говорят о том, что если ты британец, то я британец тоже.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
No. Okay. So I called it, if you are British, I'm British too. I sleep every night just like you do. I find myself in situations I never knew. I sniff the same air as you. I travel by plane, train and car. Where the language is concerned, I also don't have a clue. I eat fish and chips too. I go to the shop to buy bread and milk to see my hunger through. If you are British, I'm British too. I eat with my mouth and go to the loo. I bleed the same color as you. I get sick just like you. I drink coffee and tea and I take milk too. If you are British, I'm British too. I walk the dog when he wants me to. I see the birds fly in the same sky as you. If you took time to walk in my shoe, you will see that if I am British, you are British too. I'm American, Syrian, Bangladeshi, Russian, Ukrainian, Palestinian. I'm white, black and pink. But above all, I am human like you. If you are British, I am British too.